The desire to let parents age at home has become even stronger in the pandemic, with COVID-19 severely affecting nursing and assisted living facilities. You might not know that there's actually a local company that specializes in making that happen. I am joined by Anton Brell of JUNIPER Homecare. Thanks for being with us, Anton.
Hey, thank you so much for having me. It's good to be back
You know,
in COVID capacity, of course.
Absolutely. Socially distanced and safe where you are. But I remember when you
Yes.
came on Better Connecticut, and I was thinking, gosh, I bet you a lot of people don't know this is available. Juniper's program allows family members to get support and even money for taking care of aging loved ones. So how does that work?
Yeah, it's a program that's more relevant now than ever before. So a lot of people unexpectedly are now taking care of their loved ones inside of their own home. And before, it's something a decision that they made before, but now because of COVID, because the risks involved in the elderly population is the most vulnerable, it's even more important. So the way that the program works is if you live with somebody that's 65 and over, and you live in the same household as them, and they qualify for benefits under Medicaid or the Connecticut Home Care Program for elders in Connecticut, then they could very well be qualified to take care of that person. They'd be eligible to make some money, up to $27,000 a year, tax free. They would also have a nurse that's on call, and it's their own designated nurse. They'd have full office support. They'd have online resources for caregivers that would allow them to go onto like a library online,
Hmm.
look up information on how to take care of somebody with diabetes and go from there, because it's something that no one really thought that they were going to be doing. And then here we are in 2020, all of a sudden, caregivers are so important.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people have to make that choice of, do I let mom or dad continue to live in their house, or do I move them somewhere else to assisted living, or even, something smaller like an apartment? Let me ask you, for this program, do they have to live, if it's, say, my parents, do they have to live with me, or could they be in their own house and you are going to take care of them there?
So this program specifically, you would have to actually live together, and the alternative would be exactly like you mentioned, some kind of a nursing home or a facility. And as we see, and we've heard some terrible stories, unfortunately, that have happened recently with COVID patients and stuff going to nursing homes. But a lot of people, even before COVID, they just wanted to age in place. They're more comfortable in place. They're more comfortable at home, and this way, it allows it allows the caregiver, and which is usually a child or
Yeah.
or maybe a nephew or a niece or something, to take care of that person when they need them most. But yeah, this program is specifically if you live together, and a lot of the times it is temporary. It's for maybe there was a bad accident or a fall or something like that, or a minor surgery or minor procedure, and for that time period. They decide that living together and allowing the care for a family member is the best care versus, kind of outsourcing them out to a facility, a rehabilitation center, or something like that.
Okay. All right. And then there's even a Meals on Wheels program that you guys have. And I hear it not only gives us fresh food, but you can meet lots of different ethnic diets or dietary restrictions.
Yeah, this is really cool. So this is where we're able to, kind of take care of the people that are living on their own. And once again, now more than ever before, even going out to a grocery store for somebody that is at a vulnerable age, that population really has to be careful, getting food and everything. So our Meals on Wheels program, it delivers fresh food straight to the client's door, completely contactless, and we have multiple diets. We have Spanish cuisine, we have Eastern European cuisine, and we even have dietary restrictions. So low salt, low sugar, everything like that. It's really really great, and those people can stay at home, and we could take care of them there as well.
And isolation, of course, is a big problem for those. A lot of people haven't been able to see their parents because they're afraid of exposing them. You have a program that includes adult daycare centers. How do those work?
Yeah, the adult daycare centers are fascinating. It's one of my favorite programs that we offer, and it allows seniors to socialize with their friends. It's door to door transportation. We give them breakfast and lunch, and then we drive them home. It's all supervised by a nurse, and it's amazing. They do everything from exercise classes to cognitive memory games and things like that. And right now has been a very tough time for the adult day centers. Obviously, we were shut down for a little while, but we are completely open. We're operating at COVID capacity, and our nurses are, making sure constantly that anything that they need to do in order to sanitize is being done, that social distance is being maintained. So it's really a great program. However, during those couple of months where we weren't able to see some of our clients, we uh, we are sad to say that a lot of their cognitive behavioral ability really declined.
Yeah.
They say that uh, being lonely, especially for elderly, is equivalent, has the same health effects as smoking a pack of cigarettes a day.
Oh my
And we
gosh.
saw many of our clients really decline. So we took all the protective measures possible to get back open. And we are happy to say that, our clients are back in. We're picking them up every morning, dropping them off every afternoon, getting them healthy, fresh meals. We're getting them exercise, and they're back in their routine and they're loving it.
Okay. So if someone's listening to this, and I do see some people joining our Facebook Live feed, if you think this is good for someone that you know or you love, share it. They can join the conversation. I'm looking at your comments, so if you ask some questions, I'll be able to ask them to Anton. But do you service all of Connecticut, or what if people are listening and saying, I think I want to find out more? What do they do?
Yeah, so the best way to be it would go to juniperhomecare.com. Over there, you could see a ton of information, and you'll see, which section, which programs might be relevant to you. You could get more information on that. You could also call us directly at 860-523-1418. That's the best way to reach us. You'll hear a menu from the different programs. It'll connect you right to the office that's applicable for you. And we'll take care of you there. We'll walk you through the process. The process is pretty easy. We have everything from individuals who obviously don't qualify for state programs and they receive private care from us, and then individuals who may or have never applied for state programs, like the Connecticut Home Care Program for Elders. It's a simple application. You have to be eligible 65 and over, and obviously there's some income stipulations and stuff like that. But it's easy to apply, and the great thing about it is these programs all make sure that the individual is taken care of, but it saves the state so much money. The alternative is, a fall here or there, or an accidental trip, and all of a sudden the person's in the hospital. Then there might be in a nursing home, and the continuum of care there it gets very, very expensive. And in this case, we're able to treat the person, care for them, and love for them in their own home, in the comfort of their home. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that's where everybody wants to age. Aging in place is very important. We were founded in 1998, so we've been in business for a long time in Connecticut. It's an amazing state to be in. But for 22 years, our slogan has been helping people stay at home.
Yeah.
That was our first slogan. I think it's more relevant now than ever before.
Well, I know, and just because you touched on it, I think people would like to hear. I know your father started this company. I believe, if I remember correctly, he came from Russia, and it's quite a cool story. Tell us a little bit about how this was founded.
Yeah, so my family immigrated from Russia. I was 5 years old. My father, my mom, and my sister and I, and he started looking for jobs right away. He's an engineer by trade, and that just wasn't available. So he started working for the state of Connecticut. Got an opportunity where he was an eligibility caseworker, and he saw a need for, especially for different cultures, to get the care that they
Mm.
need. So they came over to this country, and they might not know how to speak English. They might not know what's available. They're just barely getting by. But he knew that they all wanted to work as hard as possible, and all they needed was a little bit of support. So as that happened, he saw this opportunity and he created Juniper Home Care. We started off with just one adult day center, and we grew from there to so many different programs and so many everything that you see now and everything that we've talked about. So he saw the need, and now it's a family business run since '98. We couldn't be happier to be in Connecticut. It's really a great opportunity, and helping people that need the help, it's really rewarding.
Now let's go back, because in case people are just joining us, we were talking about that it's a very unique program, that you actually can be paid for taking care of your elderly loved one. And when people think about having help for their aging parent, they think, oh, we can't afford that. That's expensive. Do you think most people just aren't aware that this is possible? And explain again how it works for maybe those who missed the beginning.
Yeah, absolutely. Honestly, I think creating awareness about the program is the biggest thing, because so many people are exactly in this circumstance, in this situation. And the program works that if you're taking care of somebody that is 65 years of age or older, and they qualify under the Connecticut Home Care Program for Elders through Medicaid, then you could be compensated up to $27,000 a year and that's completely a tax-free stipend that is given to you as the caregiver. Now you have to live in the same home, and you have to be actually giving care to the client, which could be a family member, and that's
Hmm.
something that the program has never existed before, where you could actually care for a family member. Now
Yeah.
the only exception is a spouse. Unfortunately, right now you cannot take care of your loved one that you're married to. That's the only exception. But
Okay.
you don't even have to be related. You can take care of a friend that is in need. That all the only stipulation is they have to be eligible, and they you have to live together. You have to share an address.
Okay. Now, some people may think, gosh, I don't have space to have my parents move in with me. I know there's some creative options out there. What do you advise people if they think, I want to do this, but I don't know that we're set up?
Yeah, so there's obviously different things involved, and you have to kind of you have to think about whether it's for the short term or if it's for the long term, how long it's going to take place for. But a lot of the times, we see a caregiver or extended family move in with that family member,
Oh,
so
in their house.
they don't even
Okay.
come to their house. They move somebody there, and it's kind of a collective family effort where we have all the family members listed as caregivers, and there's somebody that is obviously the most responsible, but they notify the office and everything if all of a sudden the family's going on vacation and Uncle Rick has to take care of Grandma Sue, and there we go from there. It's still a family collective effort that everybody's kind of doing their part in
Okay.
keeping that loved one at home.
And that might be
So that's
easier
a
because,
possibility.
yeah, you know what? I hadn't thought of that. And for those who are thinking, well, I would love to do that, but I still have a full-time job. Maybe if you have other siblings, cousins, this and that, you could all take a shift. Like, I'm going to do this day, I'm going to do that day, and or I'm going to take that week, and then you take that week, and you could work it out as a family, and that money could be split among all of you.
Yeah, absolutely. So the money is really meant to kind of go back towards the care of that family member, and I don't think anybody's going to give as good of care as as blood would.
Hmm.
You could hire a great caregiver, but our other slogan is the best caregivers are family, and that was developed when we developed this program about 5 years ago now. And it's so true that you are directly incentivized to keep that person at home because you love them and you want to give them the best care possible. Seeing them go to a hospital or seeing them go to an assisted living facility isn't even a choice or an option for many families, especially families that might have three generations living together, and they always have had that. A lot of European, a lot of Hispanic families, that's just kind of the way that they live.
That's why they do it,
Grandma's
yeah.
always there, grandma's always been there, and grandma's not going anywhere. So we want to let them know that this program exists. Just creating awareness about it is really great. You mentioned taking time off of work. A lot of people had no choice but to take time off of work. If grandma's at home but somebody needs to care for her, it's very expensive. Like you mentioned, sending her somewhere, even getting her care at home is very expensive. So now this allows the person to maybe take some time off of their job and to really, really concentrate on getting that person better, making sure that they get the best care, making sure that they have everything that they possibly need. And all of a sudden, you have this financial support. All of a sudden, you have a nurse support. All of a sudden, you have a whole office full of resources that is, kind of giving you guidance along the way of how to approach a situation, what you could do to get more help, and where to go to get the answers to the questions that a lot of people have.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and I think that's the thing is it's new to most of us and it's not new to you. So not only can you make up to $27,000 a year and you have the Meals on Wheels program and you've got the nurse you can call for advice. I mean, it really is like your service can help people feel confident in doing this, like they are doing it right, where you may feel like I'm not equipped to do this. You're going to help people through it.
Yes, absolutely. Caregiver stress and caregiver burnout is a really, really big concern in the United States and all over the world. But the population is getting older, and there's not enough caregivers, and
Mm.
it's a tough full time job. So being a caregiver isn't easy. So we know that, we understand that. So we equip them with technology, so that, they can monitor mom and dad. They get better communication. Our care team works together with the caregiver to make sure that all their needs are taken care of, and we really guide them through the whole process.
Okay.
And once again, if the adult family living program isn't for you, we also offer the best homemakers and PCAs that could come into somebody's home and take care of them there. Do
Hmm.
light chores, do some bathing, some cleaning, some shopping, and going out to a grocery store, like we mentioned, is a really tough thing to do right now, and it's really a lot of people don't want to take the chance. So you can get great help by, calling us, and we'll take care of those chores for you. The Meals on Wheels program exists, and that is healthy, nutritious, dietitian approved uh, food that's delivered right to your door. We have chefs that are working 24/7 that are making this food, and we're delivering food throughout the entire state of Connecticut at this point. A lot of senior centers, a lot of day centers had to close down, so there isn't many options for where they could have called to get food. And we were there. We were willing to take these orders, and we're probably delivering close to 1,000 meals a day right now.
Wow.
Uh, Throughout Connecticut, to making sure that the people that need the food, the people that need nutritious food, that they're getting it, and they're getting it delivered right to their door. So there's, it's contactless, limited exposure to COVID or anything else. And then the adult day centers, and the adult day centers are great. Like we mentioned, socialization for seniors is very, very important. Door to door transportation and nurse supervision. It doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah, no, and a lot of people do feel more comfortable giving the care themselves, but aren't aware that they could get paid for it, even though it is their family member. So this is news to a lot of people. I know you're helping many folks out there. And even like you said, if maybe someone's listening to this out of state and their parents living here in Connecticut, they can't really move them out of state, but they're looking for good quality help, you might be able to help with that as well. And importantly, you know the drill. So you know what people qualify for. And, a lot of people are assuming that they just can't afford it, but there's programs out there that they may qualify for that people don't know about.
Definitely. And programs like this exist in other states as well. So I want to make an open invitation to anybody and everybody. Juniper Homecare, we're a resource to the community. If you have any questions at all, don't be shy. We have so many people here that, we love what we do. We love taking care of people. We love making sure that people have the right care. And we'll answer all of those questions for you, even if it's not through our agency, even if you don't end up choosing us as who, gives the care to your loved one. We'll help you find the right person, and we'll
Yeah.
help you find the right program that fits your needs.
Well, we just put it up there, but I'll do it one more time. And yes, we appreciate your passion. And I know you've been on Better Connecticut and cooked some of the food you serve, which is delicious.
Yes.
So to learn more about Juniper Home Care, you can head to juniperhomecare.com. And it is 860-523-1418. And as you say right there on the graphic, hablamos español. So if you want to speak in your native language, that's okay too. I know you're Russian. Maybe you can help people who speak Russian too.
It's pretty amazing how many languages our staff speaks. Over 15, we counted the other day.
Oh, wow. Okay. So people can really get help. And it's free to call, right? So you've got nothing to lose. Just call, get some information, see if this is right for you.
Yeah, we're here to help. Absolutely. Give us a call anytime.
Anton, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me. It's always a pleasure. Have a great one.
You too.